Code Geass is one of my favorite animes. Why? It's filled with so much action, bombastic dialogue, and has such an eye-catching visuals that it can top the charts in entertainment value. This is an exciting and epic anime, and it's over the top. For some people, the plot, characters, and the music alone is bad enough to make a show unwatchable. But for others, the high action, flashy animation, and the drama will be more than enough to make the show a favorite of all time. Though I like everything about Code Geass. The story of the Code Geass follows Lelouch Lamperk, who appears to be a typical high school student at Ashford Academy, which is in Area 11 controlled by Britannia. But he is actually a prince in the Britannian imperial family and 17th in the line to the throne. He develops a hatred for the Emperor of the Britannia, an entire imperial establishment, vowing to one day destroy them for the death of his mother and cripple of his sister. After an encounter with a mysterious young woman named Cece, Lelouch gains the power of Geass, which grants him the ability to force anyone to do whatever he wishes. With this ability, Lelouch becomes a mysterious figure named Zero and begins his battle against the Britannian Emperor. Code Geass have too many loose and cliffhanging ends. The ends are always left unexplained, leaving the viewers with questions only about various subplots but also about several key elements of the storyline. However, what makes up for this plot is character development. Every episode is surprising and leaves you eager to watch the next one. It seems like Code Geass mainly focus on the drama, emotion, and heartbreaking moments. Code Geass ends up being not so much about a story with a certain plot and characters, but rather a series about excitement, exaggerated but well-crafted action, and incredible and memorable scenes. The characters are so great and awesome that it's hard to stop from enjoying them. The series is also appealing in its uncanny ability to mix genres. Yes, this is mecha series, but it really doesn't have to be. The story allows for a number of small subplots. I was very happy with how this was handled in particular way because all the subplots relate and affect to the main plot directly, whether by revealing some bit of information to both the characters and the viewers or by pushing forward interesting character development. Everything is well thought out and wonderfully executed. So despite the fact that our main character is a strong-willed person with plans to change the world, receives mysterious power that help facilitate his goals. It's very unique storyline and Code Geass makes it work in a perfect way. And also Code Geass utilizes a kind of storyline where best friends are trying to kill each other, and I'm a sucker for this plotline. The characters in the series are rather varied. Some are very plain and one-dimensional, while others have an amazing complexity to them that makes them very lifelike. I'll be honest, because I am somewhat infatuated with Lelouch as a character. To me, he's a very much a human character. He has emotions, opinions, a unique point of view, and some very serious flaws. All of which makes him an incredible character which is easy to relate with and sympathize with. He is easily the most complex character in the series, and he feels real to me. Even with his supernatural powers and genius level intellect, this ability to make the audience relate to them is also probably the series' greatest strength and the main reason why the story is able to remain relevant and interesting despite the fact that there aren't too many new ideas plot-wise. Much of the rest of the cast seems to fall into a typical archetype. There's an adorable little sister, your mad scientist and his assistant, your cheerful schoolgirl, your best friend, and your most loyal soldier. Your second in command, your village idiot, your creepy lesbian girl, and many characters like that. Despite the generic sounding description, most of the characters are actually pretty fun, or at the very least interesting. Little bits of backstories are tossed here and there to separate them from the crowd, but it's never enough to actually intrude. And actually the wide range of characters lets you settle into the world pretty well. There's also this Suzaku character which is also my favorite. Suzaku would probably be second in line for complexity after Lelouch. Though his sense of justice might be called cliché at first, along with Nanali and Euphemia's, and his hacks level physical prowess is something harder to accept than Lelouch's genius level intelligence. It's harder to appreciate Suzaku's depth at first, partially because he is presented at Lelouch's main obstacle and the audience sympathizes with Lelouch from the start. But a great deal is revealed about his character throughout the course of the series, and he becomes an amazing foil to his rival. Their conflicting ideologies and philosophies are fascinating if you really look into it. They really do complement each other very well. If we will talk about the artwork and the animation, I wasn't too impressed with the Clamp's character design at first, which is like a Slender Man. But as always seems to be the case, they gradually grew on me, and I remembered just how pretty X was. Clam just knows how to make everyone looks amazingly sexy, male or female. I really loved how they did all the facial expressions in the series though, especially for Lelouch. Seriously, the guy had most amusing what the fuck expressions all the time. The mecha designs for the nightmare frames were also pretty awesome. I really liked the whole rollerblade thing. And some of the technologies that they come up with are also very neat. If you are little over the top, the animation is fluid and smooth for the most of the part, and very few things stood out as being bad. Now let's talk about music. Initially, I wasn't particularly fond of any opening or ending of Code Geass except for the first ending. But the background music of each scenes are really awesome. The screaming violence both conveys the high status of Britannia and the intensity of the emotion in the series. The rest of the themes seems lackluster in comparison, but though I was never a huge fan of the flow, but still it didn't affect me so much. The final insert song by Hitomi is pretty nice as well. Very thoughtful and poignant and very perfectly fitting. The background music during the fight scenes was really good. There's some really cool battle build-up type music and other appropriates. They were somewhat typical, but still I liked them. I've seen all of the Code Geass into subbed. There's nothing to actually talk about because the voice acting is actually really amazing of each side character and of course for the main characters too. If you wanna watch it into dub, it's also good because I have also checked out dub and it sounds like pretty good to me. I really loved this series and I definitely did not see that happening. Honestly, I found all the first episode incredibly underwhelming. The opening sequences made it look like a series I wouldn't be interested in watching at all. But after watching few episodes, you will automatically get hooked into it. Just don't drop it on the first episode. At least watch 2 episodes because that was so much more epic than I could have ever predicted. And I was pretty much won over after that. Seriously though, good story, good characters, good animation and the good music. Mechas, politics, rivalries, camaraderie, strength, friendship, love, hate, complex ideologies and blowing shit up. That's what you want. That's what you want to enjoy a series. I mean not every time, but for the Code Geass, it's perfectly fitting. And if you liked anime Death Note or Attack on Titan, then I am 100% sure that you will enjoy Code Geass. I will guarantee you that you won't be disappointed. Indeed, Code Geass is a very rare accomplishment. Have you watched Code Geass? If you have watched it, then let me know about your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you haven't watched Code Geass yet, you should do it right now. And if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this review, just don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel because I post daily anime content about top 10 top 5 listings, anime reviews, recommendations, news, theories and all sort of anime content on daily basis. So if you enjoyed, please subscribe, and that was it. And I will see you in the next one. Sayonara.